If I remove your hands more.
Who told you that?
No, I said your hands more.
Where are you commanding? Where are you commanding? Huh? Where are you commanding? What will you do for happen? What will happen? What will happen?
Promises. A 90-year-old man, what danger does he portend? I was shocked also to see Mr. Bruce, the American lawyer, was not even allowed to be part of the proceeding. The person the British government gave letter here was not even allowed to enter. I asked myself, is this a fair trial? What kind of charade is going on there? If you want to try a man, you must try him fairly and judiciously. And now, today of importance, which is the subject of issue litigation here today, is the issue of the fact that this court lies the jurisdiction for the trial on the ground of how was it even brought in the first place. And the fact that others, of course,
challenging the empty charge, 7-count charge filed by the federal government against our client to hear it. Then, of course, we are familiar with the constraint lawyers are being exposed to here. Lawyers are not being given access to the court. Even some Igbo leaders and traditional leaders and our religious leaders are not allowed to come to court. So today we're inside the court. When we're going to go to the court, they insisted that they can only allow 5 members of the legal team to be inside. Only 5. And we have at least a maximum of 8 persons along with us off there. I'm not talking about those that were denied access to the court premises. We are outside trying to resolve that issue. Because it can't continue this manner. We have people that came from all the way from Abuja today. We have a person who is representing Igbo lawyers here. He was not allowed access to the court. We have people who are representing Ndi Otokiwu. We have people who are representing Ohanes and Igbo. They were not allowed access to the court today. So we insisted that the right thing must be done. After all, we have over 9 members of legal team representing the federal government today in court. They were in court. Lawyers. We also have over 10 members of SSS officials right inside the court. Why can't they allow at least some members of legal team defense team to be in court? So they refuse to do that. And we are outside the court door trying to resolve these challenges. The court came in, locked the door, then denied access to the court. Before we could speak to Dr. Robinson, the matter has been adjourned to 19th and 20th of January. I've not seen such travesty. I've not seen travesty of justice. We are just told. We are told that the court invited our client and the DPP and the prosecutor to have a discussion with them. Even when we are not there. Just like what happened on 26th of July. On 26th of June 2021, when he was taken to court without reference to us. And he was tried on that day without us being in court. So same thing repeated itself today. And it's unfortunately, we are within the courtroom. We are just outside the court door and we are locked outside. I've not seen such thing in my life. And there's no order from the court, substantial order in court, stating that this trial will be called out in secret. No such order has been given. This is the height of travesty of justice. So today, and also the court, the last adjourned date, the court reviewed the guideline of persons who are visiting him. That guideline contained an order of court and was served on the DSS. That order was flattered by the DSS with impunity. And on the basis of that disobedience to that court order, we filed from 48 against the DSS to commit him to contempt. That application is going to come out today for hearing too, because we want to find the court. The court has a duty to protect the sanctity of his order. So we are in court today to also inform the court that the order he made and served on the DSS was flattered with impunity. It can't continue that manner. So today, we are not even allowed to come inside the court to address the court on this point. So what you are saying as legal team, there's a clear case of denial of fair hearing as contains the parties of the Constitution. So we are going back home to strategize and take a further decision as to whether we can continue in this court or elsewhere. Because what you know is that this matter must be heard and must heard what? Expeditiously. Must be heard expeditiously. If the court is not willing, disposed to hear this case, he will excuse himself voluntarily from a country with this head of this case. That's what I can have to say.
Yes, what I want to say is it's very clear this was the 5th time I had come from the United States as Nnamdi Kanu's international lawyer to try to meet and see him, where I was denied 5 times. It was very clear today that I was the one that caused them to lock everybody out of the courtroom. They did not want me in the courtroom. I'm here not to create an irritant. There are huge international law issues raised by the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, including the kidnapping, extraordinary rendition, punishing him without any trial or hearing, denying him access to his lawyers. These are all violations not only of the Nigerian Constitution, but international covenants to which Nigeria is a signatory. I am taking now the case to the international forum and tribunals. It's clear that the Nigerian tribunals are hopelessly compromised. It isn't even close to fair due process. And so I'll be going to the working group on arbitrary detention in Geneva, the International Criminal Court and International Court of Justice in The Hague, the U.S. Congress to impose sanctions on Nigeria until it conforms to internationally recognized human rights to which Nigeria has already subscribed, to enforce its own constitution. I have seldom seen such open, notorious lawlessness. And I underscore, it is very clear. They signaled out me when I was the one who was approaching to enter the courtroom. They said, Mr. Fein, you can't go in. Everybody else was able to go in. For whatever reason, they put me on a blacklist, if you will, said no, they fear that if the law applies, Nnamdi Kanu goes free. And that is exactly what ought to happen because the law does require that he go free. And the international community now is obligated to put the sunshine on the Nigerian judiciary and ensure that if justice is not done, there will be a price to pay. The judge herself may be subject to prosecution before the International Criminal Court. Judges are not free from criminality. The Nazi judges that implemented the Holocaust decrees against the Jews, they were prosecuted at Nuremberg. And if the Nigerian judges follow suit, they similarly are going to risk prosecution.
Your name, sir?
My name is Bruce, B-R-U-C, Fein, F-E-I-N. I'm from Washington, D.C. This is the 5th time I've been here in the last several months.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. All right.
In this matter, the judge has established the fact that he is biased in this matter. He has been trying to try Nnamdi Kanu secretly in this matter, and we said no. You cannot try Nnamdi Kanu secretly. You told the entire world that he committed an offense. You should try him openly, where the media will cover the entire process. On the last adjourned date, she refused the media access to inside the court. Now, on the 29th of June, Nnamdi Kanu was smuggled into this country, and they brought inside her court, and she allowed Nnamdi Kanu to speak from the dock. Today, we are in court. Court gave an order on whom that will be visiting Nnamdi Kanu. That was on the last adjourned date. That Nnamdi Kanu is entitled to 3 visitors every time they want to visit him. Now, Ohaneze send the delegates. Religious leaders send delegates, and some other persons send delegates to go and see Nnamdi Kanu to see how this particular matter can be resolved. They refused the former governor of Anambra State, Chukwemeka Zife, that was sent by Ohaneze. They refused him access. They refused Reverend Dr. William Okoye, the former chaplain of Aso Rock. He was chaplain for Aso Rock for 8 years. Sent by the Igbo religious leaders to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu. The SSS refused him access because they feel that they are above the law. Now we came to court today. The prosecution, Minister of Justice, they are up to 8 lawyers inside court, and we are only 7. They said that we can. The DSS said that it's only 5 that will enter inside court. You are the prosecution. You can't be a judge in your own case. We are outside trying to resolve it. They lock us outside. When we learned that the judge is inside, we wanted to go on. DSS lock us outside. And the judge adjourned the matter till 19th of January. Somebody that is not on bail. Somebody that is having health issues. So we feel that people have been saying that as a Fulani woman, Nnamdi Kanu will never get justice in her court. And she has confirmed it today. She has confirmed it today. I have never seen where. And after he adjourned the matter, she had a meeting with the prosecution, DSSS, prosecution, and Nnamdi Kanu. What were they discussing? Are they forcing Nnamdi Kanu to plead guilty in an empty charge? This is the highest of injustice I've ever seen. And we are calling NJC to come into this matter. We are calling NBA to come into this matter. We are calling everybody to come into this matter. Because in few years, Buhari will leave this country. Will leave as a president, another person will come. Nobody owns this country. I will not allow this country to be destroyed by anybody. I've never seen this kind of injustice. You said Nnamdi Kanu committed an offense. Come and prove it. Come and prove it. So that you convict him and he'll be sentenced. He's not above the law. Why are you intimidating him? So that is our position. I apologize. My name is Maxwell Opra. I'm one of the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure. On Thursday, I didn't say so. She should direct us what to do. And one of the things that we believe that we are going to do is that Honorable Justice Mitanyako should excuse herself from this matter because she has taken position. That is the position. I have never seen. Even if Nnamdi Kanu don't have a lawyer, the federal government, the two Minister of Justice, are supposed to provide a lawyer for him. He's entitled to a legal practitioner of his choice. That's why we have Minister of Justice. That's why we have Legal Aid Council. What kind of injustice? Is it because he's an Igbo? And the court has even declared that agitation for self-determination is lawful in the case of Igbo. Then what are we talking about? You can agitate.